From the network's angle, it was a product that wouldn't sell. From a Marxist lens, it was labor refusing to conform.
Tori took the tools of her own exploitation, her face, her name, her trauma, and tried to seize the means of television production.
This is the Marxists at the Movies podcast.
Marxists at the movies, bright and raw, breaking through the reels to rewrite the law. Workers of the world in every frame, changing the credits, rewriting the name.
Welcome to Marxists at the Movies, where we love to rock and roll and a hot dog makes us lose control. I'm Edward Michael Francis.
And I'm also Edward Michael Francis. You know, branding is all about consistency. This episode is our monthly TV Spotlight.
Quite right. Today we're covering the article So NoTORIous. Big Mother is Watching. Yes, written by us, Edward Michael Francis. Because apparently, like most twins, we love a minuet, the ballet ruse, crepe Suzette, as well as getting our heads stuck in a banister. And yes, I know none of you under 50 get any of that. It's fine.
You can find the full article on Patreon, and there's a brand new website we'll plug later in the show.
Also, we proudly use generative AI throughout this production.
Proudly.
As a neurodivergent cult survivor living with PTSD, these tools help us shape more critical media on our own terms.
And solidarity shout out to Myron Rosander Francis.
Myron.
Feline revolutionary, savagely shredding bourgeois furniture in the name of anti-capitalist propaganda.
Cue the sting.
Let's kick things off with a quick disclaimer about spoiler warnings. Spoiler warnings are manufactured scarcity horse shit.
Wah, wah.
If that bugs you, this ain't your space, liberal.
For those who missed it, So NoTORIous was Tori Spelling's reality-adjacent sitcom where she played a heightened version of herself navigating post-90210 Hollywood.
Think Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Watch What Happens Live and all the glorious messiness that entails.
I first saw So NoTORIous when it aired on VH1. My then-husband Tim and I were obsessed. I'm pretty sure it was on our MySpace pages.
Right next to that picture of Tom.
Do you think Tom ever got tired of pretending to be everyone's one true friend? Or was he just haunting our top 8 like a benevolent ghost of internet trends past?
Good question. As a baby queer, I'd grown up with Donna Martin on Beverly Hills 90210. Already a camp fever dream.
So, was this just more camp? Or something sharper?
Oh, much sharper. In Trick, she showed us she could be funny. But here, she disemboweled her own image.
Indeed.
Nepotism, plastic privilege, Candy and Erin weirdness, all of it got sliced up with a glitter chainsaw.
And with Zachary Quinto as her queer bestie before Spock, plus Loni Anderson as the terrifying mother,
Hello.
It was stacked.
Loni was brilliant, wicked, restrained, iconic. Which makes it all the sadder that the show itself got buried.
10 episodes and gone. Too weird? Too queer? Or just unforgivable truth-telling?
All of the above. So NoTORIous dared us to ask what happens when the product refuses to perform.
To really get So NoTORIous, you have to get the empire behind it and the dysfunction feeding it.
Quite right.
The Spellings were basically television personified.
You mean Aaron Spelling, the guy who practically invented the primetime soap? Dynasty, 90210, Melrose Place, Charlie's Angels, The Love Boat.
Classic.
The man kept Heather Locklear employed until the end of time.
Exactly. And Tori wasn't just his daughter. She was his longest-running casting choice.
Which, let's be honest, is both iconic and tragic.
True.
By the time So NoTORIous aired in 2006, Aaron was already in failing health, and he died only months after the premiere.
And meanwhile, Tori's relationship with her parents was imploding. Candy cut her out of the will, sold the mansion, and the tabloids had a feeding frenzy.
So the show takes all that ugliness and turns it into the central joke.
Right.
Tori Spelling is the perfect symbol of conditional love filtered through money and surveillance.
Right. She treats motherhood with all the warmth of a second unit director.
Yeah, making every extra in grip within a 50-foot radius tremble.
Which makes the mother figure less apparent and more like capital itself. Always watchful, performative, and obsessed with appearances.
And in that world, love isn't earned, it's brokered. So reclaiming yourself means breaking away from that system that raised you to be consumed.
Yep.
Which is exactly what this so-called Nepo baby did. We're not saying Tori Spelling was defined by family connections, but come on. She auditioned under the name Tori Mitchell for 90210.
This is the kind of origin myth only Hollywood royalty can pull. From her first second as Donna Martin, everyone knew how she got the job. Her dad made the show.
And that meant it did not matter if she could act. Sometimes she could, sometimes she could not.
Correct.
It did not matter if people liked her. Some did, some didn't.
Correct.
The narrative was locked in.
She even admitted it later. Told People in Entertainment Weekly, yeah, I auditioned under another name. Yeah, I got the part. And yeah, my dad was probably the reason.
Which made her a punchline right out of the gate. Eye rolls, parody, ridicule. While other second-gen stars got to grow into their craft,
Sure.
she was branded a fluke before she even got a chance.
Industry trust fund, baby. Unfunny joke with famous genes.
But here's the twist. She fought back.
She did.
She leaned into the caricature, turned it inside out.
Exactly. In Trick, she played the hyper-theatrical wannabe actress who steamrolled scenes.
Love it.
In Scary Movie 2, she went all in on parody.
And in So NoTORIous, she finally seized control. By dissecting her image, she reclaimed it. She got to be both clown and surgeon, victim and voice.
It was her clearest signal yet. I know what you think of me. Let me show you why you were wrong.
But the scars of nepotism don't fade easy. Hollywood has no incentive to let people like Tori reinvent.
No, they don't.
Not when dynasties keep the system running.
The Spelling name opened doors,
Holla.
but it also slammed them shut.
Too famous to work for McDonald's, too ridiculed to work for Paramount.
That is the trap of brand birthright. Everyone sees you coming,
Truth.
but no one actually sees you. So NoTORIous was born out of both satire and survival instinct.
Survival instinct is right. Tori co-created it with Chris Alberghini and Mike Chesler, the duo behind a ton of sharp, self-aware comedies.
And their pitch wasn't just, let's make fun of Tori, it was, let's have her play a neurotic, self-conscious version of herself drowning in her own family's shadow.
Right, more purge than punchline. Even Alberghini said of working with Tori, she turned out to be a great storyteller.
Nice.
On par with TV writers.
Which makes it even funnier that NBC passed and VH1, of all places, picked it up.
Wah, wah.
This was when VH1 was halfway between music videos and reality TV sludge.
So what better mascot than Tori Spelling?
Totally.
The pop culture artifact literally unpacking herself.
And she wasn't just starring, she had executive producer credit, shaping the story herself.
That's what I love. The show looked like multicam sitcom comfort food, but it played like therapy with a laugh track.
And the cast nailed that fragmentation of identity.
Oh?
Loni Anderson as Tori Spelling, the mother bot powered by judgment and denial.
Diva.
Zachary Quinto as Sasan, the sharp-tongued best friend.
Sweet.
James Carpinello as Pete, the fame-chasing himbo.
Classic.
Janetta Arnett as Ruthie Rose, the manic manager running on fumes.
Love her.
And Brennan Hesser as Janie, the no-bullshit best friend who grounds the chaos.
Critics were shocked. They actually liked it. The New York Post called it a very witty, sometimes brilliantly insightful hybrid sitcom. The Hollywood Reporter said it was, quote, considerably more ambitious than a lot of other sitcoms. It even got a GLAAD nomination.
And then VH1 torpedoed it. 9 episodes on air, the 10th dumped on Logo. Gone.
Too weird for VH1's brand pivot, too smart for nostalgia seekers, way too honest for the industry it was skewering.
In the end, it was rare. A woman turning the spotlight on herself and refusing to blink.
And we'll be right back.
Each flickers with a revolutionary beam. The heroes rise from the factory floor, challenging the scripts and demanding more.
Welcome back. One of the smartest moves this show made was blurring the line between autobiography and absurdity.
Right. It took Tori's real life and turned it into a comedy grenade with the pin already pulled. Nepotism, family drama, backstage trauma. The writers stretched all of it until it snapped.
Even the Spelling mansion itself was a gag.
Oh, yeah.
On screen, it was this pastel fever dream, a labyrinth of coded hallways and surveillance cameras with entire wings for things like gift wrapping.
And porcelain dolls. Endless porcelain dolls. This was more trophy case than childhood home.
Like when Kiki shows off her climate-controlled crystal roses room. Identical, delicate, and completely useless. It's Architectural Digest Dissociative Edition.
But the show also pulled real stories straight from her life, like the Dory Snelling gag, Tori auditioning under a fake name with a fake mustache and glasses.
That was a direct riff on her Beverly Hills 90210 audition, right?
Exactly, and the show just skewered it, almost to the point of drawing blood.
My favorite device was the flashbacks. Someone asks, "Why are you scared of Shannon Doherty?" And boom, hard cut to little Tori facing this demonic Shannon straight out of The Exorcist.
And they reused that structure everywhere. Why don't you trust people? Why can't you take a compliment? Why are you afraid of intimacy? Every time, a surreal, traumatic flash, then back to Tori's 1,000-yard stare.
Her only response, this quiet little, I don't know.
Funny, bleak, devastating, all in one beat. That's how the show told you exactly how she learned to survive. So NoTORIous wasn't canceled because it was bad.
Nope.
It was canceled because it didn't play nice with the machinery of image control.
Right. It challenged the very structure that created her. Inherited fame, image-based labor, and brand loyalty sold as personality.
And from a network perspective, that was poison. VH1 was pivoting hard into reality TV at the time. Cheap, easy, and compliant.
Yeah, you could slice a season of Flavor of Love into 30 memeable clips, but So NoTORIous, with its surreal flashbacks and razor-sharp in-jokes,
Quite right.
you actually had to watch it.
It weaponized Tori's own irrelevance and aimed it straight at Hollywood's jugular.
And executives hated that.
Yep.
Tori even revealed on her podcast, Miss Spelling, that NBC flagged Joe Manganiello, who played Scott, her boyfriend, as lacking star power.
Of course.
Not because of his acting, but because audiences didn't know him yet.
Which is hilarious given what his career became.
Right?
But it shows how early they were policing image over substance.
Exactly. That's the heart of it. The show resisted the star system that created its satire.
From the network's angle, it was a product that wouldn't sell. From a Marxist lens, it was labor refusing to conform.
Tori took the tools of her own exploitation, her face, her name, her trauma, and tried to seize the means of television production.
And the network shut her down like a landlord changing the locks. Desperate, yet permanent.
Quiet cancellation is capitalism's most effective punishment.
Truth.
You're not even worth firing.
Yup. You're just erased.
We have to talk about Loni Anderson because her death on August 3rd, 2025 reframed this whole show.
Yeah, Tori Spelling even wrote about her, saying Anderson left a special imprint on her heart, soul, and being.
Wow.
That their bond playing mother and daughter actually transcended the short time they had on screen.
Anderson, she said, represented kindness, humbleness, pure grace, and taught her so much.
Which tracks because Loni had already rewritten the blonde bombshell playbook back in the day.
Oh, yes.
Remember Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati?
Of course. Everyone expected a dumb blonde, and instead, she was smart, stylish, and totally in control.
Legend.
That role made her a star and a tabloid obsession all at once.
And over the years, she kept that camp glamour alive.
Indeed.
From Sizzle to Stroker Ace to A Night at the Roxbury, she delivered performances that were heightened and slyly self-aware.
Her marriage to Burt Reynolds, is right, may have kept her in the headlines, but she never let the press define her.
Nope.
She was Hollywood royalty. Full stop.
Then came Tori Spelling. This was her masterpiece. Cold, camera ready, never raising her voice, just slicing you down with a sigh or a perfectly timed sip of wine.
Critics loved her in it.
Right.
Some even said it was the best work of her career. She called Kiki the mother you love to hate. And she nailed it.
Afterward, she mostly stepped back, did some TV here and there, raised awareness for COPD, but never got a role as rich or strange as Kiki again.
And that's the tragedy. Lonnie's final act was fierce, funny, unforgettable, and in a show that the system buried.
Her death reminds us the best performances often happen in the shows we're not allowed to keep.
Always.
Kiki was supposed to be satire, but really, she was documentary.
Now, both the character and the woman who brought her to life are gone. And all we can say is, rest in power, Loni Anderson.
Yes.
May Tori Spelling's icy glamour and razor wit live on forever in reruns and memory. Comrades, if you're enjoying this, remember, we've got a whole world of bonus content over at patreon.com/Cinemarch Media.
Quite right. The $6 tier gets you early access to articles and updates, and the $10 tier gets you all that, plus early audio and bonus content.
And no matter which tier you're in, you're also getting surprise cameos from Myron Rosander Francis, who is either saluting or batting at a fly. We can't be sure which.
That's right. Support the work, pet the cat, overthrow capitalism.
And don't forget, we've also got the Marching Revolution podcast alongside Marxists at the Movies.
Woo.
So whether you're here for movie Marxism or cult dynamics in the bingo hall, we've got you covered.
Check out everything at www.cinemarchmedia.com.
Visit today.
One place, 2 podcasts, and 1 very revolutionary feline.
That's the dream.
That's the revolution.
So NoTORIous never got the run it deserved, but what it left behind is undeniable.
Yeah, it was smart, strange, and brutally self-eviscerating. A satire about fame, dysfunction, and how impossible it is to own your identity when it was sold before you were even old enough to spell it.
Tori didn't commit reinvention. She dismantled herself and somehow made that funny.
The show was sharp, messy, uneven, and way ahead of its time.
Quite.
It asked you to laugh at trauma without mocking it, to see survival's absurdity without erasing the pain underneath.
And Satan bless her, Loni Anderson gave one hell of a final performance.
Totally. She's up there with Livia Soprano and Emily Gilmore as one of television's most surgically precise maternal nightmares.
It was a send-off only a woman who'd outlived 1,000 headlines could deliver.
So right.
Turning the punchline back on the system.
And that system erased So NoTORIous because it only values its icons after they stop resisting.
We lost a map out of the image economy disguised as a punchline.
So, hammer and sickle rating?
3.5 out of 5. Very funny, very smart, and criminally underappreciated.
May it live forever in reruns, group chats, and the occasional stretch Humvee. that nepotism is a hell of a drug, and Tori Spelling microdosed it until she built an entire sitcom out of the side effects.
We learned that VH1 was perfectly fine greenlighting I Love New York, where chaos was the business model, but a woman deconstructing her own brand?
Whoa.
Too much.
We learned Loni Anderson could kill you with the sigh and resurrect you with a side eye, all from the comfort of her Chanel. She was the original shade assassin in 1980 and in 2025. Rest in power.
We learned that Zachary Quinto was queer-coded years before Spock, and he owed it all to a fake Crystal Rose collection.
And most importantly, we learned that the system always erases what refuses to be consumed.
Preach.
Unless you've got queer audiences, online forums, and late-night reruns keeping it alive.
But on a sincere note, So NoTORIous is a reminder that sometimes survival means turning yourself into a joke before the world does.
And sometimes the joke lands so hard, it outlives the system that tried to bury it under repeat broadcasts of Celebrity Fit Club.
Support us at patreon.com/cinemarchmedia. Check out the website at cinemarchmedia.com. And remember, both tiers get surprise cameos from Myron the Cat.
Because the revolution will not be televised, but it will be interrupted by a purring orange tabby demanding snacks.
This is Marxists at the Movies.
Bye.
Scene opens, white lights dim down low.
Thank you for listening to the Marxists at the Movies podcast.
Cinema whispers
Don't forget to
where
like and
truths can
comment.
grow. From shadows deep and screens ignite, the proletariat comes alive tonight. Tonight, Marxists at the movies, bright and raw, breaking through the reels to rewrite the law. Workers of the world in every frame, changing the credits, rewriting the name. Popcorn power and the working class dream. Each flickers with a revolutionary beam. The heroes rise from the factory floor, challenging the scripts and demanding more. Behind the velvet curtains lies the fight. Directors of destiny taking the light. The dialogue chimes with justice in stride. The proletariat walks where stars collide. Marxists at the movies, bright and raw, breaking through the reels to rewrite the law. Workers of the world in every frame, changing the credits, rewriting the name. Blockbusters topple in an epic
Copyright
embrace.
2025, Cinemarch Media.